in the market for a new one. So that was some interesting stuff. So are you an IT kind of a guy? Go ahead.
Okay, well, no, so just the IT portion, I ended up in, so I'm a chemist by trade. I did a lot of method development in pharma for many years. Transitioned into an IT role probably mid-2000s, and kind of ended out as an IT business partner, so more so process mapping, process development, system support, computer system validation, deployment, and things of that nature. But really all in the pharma industry. So that's where I kind of landed. I'm coming to an end for now. I think my last day is April 25th, right? Kind of got severed out of the company. A lot more to come, but yeah, again, I am going to. I need to figure out 2 years of employment before I can really hang everything up. I've got a lot of runway, so I'm going to take the summer off. My daughter's going to college in this year, so a few things to work out. But again, not in a position where I'm in a rush to go back. So that kind of gives the background there. And the 41000, right? That filament voltage and current was a critical parameter on that tube, right? To your point, you could give it as much plate voltage as you wanted to, up to 6 kV, right? 6 kV, 1.5 amp, right? It prefer those high voltages, right? But if you got a hinky on the filament, I think there's a sweet spot on those, right? If you dropped, like you said, if you had a standard deviation plus or minus, a half a volt, 1 volt, right, that you would end up with headaches. If I recall, the tube like the 7 volt, 7.5 volt filament current voltage at 20 amps for one. If you ran a pair of them there, it was about the same thing as 40, but it did not like much voltage sag on the filament there, guys.
Yeah, QSL. Well, you're a well-rounded kind of a guy. I respect that. I've bounced around a few things too. And you worked for pharma, so I guess you did pharmaceutical development or something like that. That's always fascinating. Yeah, I did the broadcast engineering, and I taught some technical school, electronics. And then I went back. My undergrad is actually in physics, and then I did med school and all that. And it's all fun stuff, and it's interesting. Yeah, I kind of like dealing with people to some extent and dealing with the technical stuff. So good luck on the daughter. I'll tell you, these days I wouldn't know what. I talk to young people and I tell them, well, you got to be awfully careful, because you can go to school for a lot of years and spend a lot of money and do a lot of hard work and find out you're still not qualified to do anything you can get paid for. And if you don't really need to get paid, that's great. If you're going to just, expand your horizons and learn wonderful things, and, and then when you finish, go to work for Dad's company, that's good for you, do that. But most of us have to put food on the table, and, these guys really have to take it very carefully what they study. And of course, with the AI coming in, I'm sure you realize, I'm not sure anybody knows which end is up or where it will be up over the next few years. I always tell youngsters, whatever you're thinking of doing, your family, that's great. They're going to give you the best advice they can, and the college and your high school guidance sounds good. But if you really want to know, you can talk to somebody who does that to get into your field. What do you think? So, well, anyway, what's the young lady going to be studying there? Chris, WA3UKC, go ahead.
Okay, I'll leave a little pause. I know a lot of people jump in here on the frequency this time of the evening, so if everyone's in the wings, I appreciate you letting us take the frequency for a moment. Yeah, WA3UKC, KA2QWC. Well, it's funny. She wants to go into the sciences. Again, I'm not dissuading her. Again, I was a bio. My background, like I said, chemistry, biochemistry. I would tell you now, if knowing what I know today, right, that, I'm not even sure, I will never tell her not to go to college. I think that if you go to college, right, you have to have the mindset, you're going to college to make you a better person, or to say, hey, I'm trainable, but you're not going to college to come out to get a job that's going to your point, to put food on the table. Likewise, I'll even say this, right, that those who wish to save and become millionaires or be able to retire at a reasonable age, right, that, if I knew what I knew now, right, I would have probably put not so much into 401k. I think 401ks are a great thing, but you would have put in whatever the company matched, and the delta, you wouldn't have put that towards your retirement. You would have saved your money and put it into farmland, real estate, semi-precious metals, and everything else, right, to build your portfolio up. But that's a topic for another day, so I'll leave it right there. All right, look, let me jump out of here, get out of the middle of the road. I'm sure there's some other stations out there that may want to jump in and work you or work me, but I was down here in the shack, and the shack shares over the years I've been displaced. I think this, I've been in this house for 21 years, and this is perhaps the fourth place that my shack has been. So we're kind of relegated down here to the utility room with the washer and dryer and everything else. I guess the next step would be forced out into the garage. I do have a attached garage, which I added space out there. We thought about putting the shack out there as well. So look, I'm going to jump out of here and sign with you and wish you a very good evening and a great weekend, and hope all is well for you out in Kentucky. What part of Kentucky are you in? I know you said you're not far from Nashville. What town are you in?
The county is Logan. Wait, I'm going to give a space myself. Yes, certainly, and I hope anybody that wanted to jump in would have known they could just do that. Yeah, the county is Logan, Lima, Oscar, Golf, Alpha, November, just about 50 miles straight north of Nashville, just inside the Kentucky border, midway between Clarksville, Tennessee, and the big base there, and Bowling Green, Kentucky, where they make the Corvettes. Go ahead.
QSO. How far are you from Forest Keys?
Oh, that's, I don't know, about an hour and a half drive. That's not terribly far.
Okay, I used to date one right out of college, and our family's from Horace Keys. And look, all I remember, and I went down to visit once, and the Horace Keys, I remember the red clay and all the horses.
Okay, well, yeah, a lot of people come down and they go on the Bourbon Trail and they don't remember much of anything. But yeah, it's a huge big place, and it's very different from one area to the next. I'm sort of on the western part of the state where it's rolling hills and farmland, and of course the eastern part is the mountains and the mines and all that. But yeah, I probably should clear too. I sure hope we can talk again. I've rather enjoyed it. Interesting conversation and a lot of interesting things that you've done and we can talk about. We'll clear and we'll take it up another day. Hope the young lady does well there with her schooling. KA2 QWC WA3 UKC.